Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So today we are going to go ahead and take down the final mission for the new 2 stages of the collection of epic battles. We have stage 3 against, all the superclass, kind of like Android/Cell Saga characters, ending with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And then this is stage 4, going through all of the villain characters, ending with Perfect Cell. Now, I was able to get all the missions done in one run against the Gohan fight, right? Because just the way the category missions were set up, it was very easy to do that. Now, that was a little bit tougher over here on the kind of like, using superclass character side, fighting the extreme class characters, right? The 3 missions we have to do is a full Android/Cell Saga team, a full Mastered Evolution team, and then a full Entrusted Will team. So that's what we're doing here. We are using Entrusted Will, and I decided to go with a Tech DBZ Bardock Goku family team. It's just, when you build a team the way I like to build a team, which is, running, like, mainly defensive characters. Defensive-oriented characters usually is how I like to run teams. Then you're running a lot of characters that could potentially take hits. And it's like, if you then combo that with the Scouter, it just starts to feel very, very easy, going through a lot of these runs. So I felt like running, DBZ Bardock here would help us a lot. Because remember, Bardock, the way he works is that if you're fighting Frieza, or if there's a Goku on the team, then he's giving a Scouter for the first 5 turns. So I think I actually do line things up incorrectly, right? Because preferably, we would go into the Cell fight with a Bardock in slot 7, which would enable us to have a Scouter for the first 7 turns, right? So, like, if we went into the Perfect Cell fight and we had a Bardock on turn 1 and then a Bardock in slot 7, then we would have it lined up where we would have a Scouter for the first 7 turns, which is just, it's insanely busted, right? Like, it's just so powerful. But I think I actually do fumble that, but it's fine. We're still able to handle business. So Entrusted Will currently only has 1 leader, which is the AGL transforming Super Saiyan Trunks. I guess that Trunks is like okay-ish, not really a great like Red Zone type character though. And that's the thing about this fight, is that Perfect Cell, he does feel like defensively he's not a Red Zone boss. But offensively, especially towards the end, he certainly is. Cell and then the Gohan in the previous stage, these are bosses that could do damage. Without a doubt, they could actually put some damage on us. I was salivating right here. I was like, oh my god, like I brought Namek Goku, right? He's a strong character, right? He's kind of like the 5th or 6th option on the team right here. We're able to get the Bakayuro into the Frown right here. I was like, oh, hell yeah, brother. Let's get that going right there. Awesome. So we're able to get that in the video. That, of course, is really good. Now, in terms of, like, characters we could have used here, I'm looking at Entrusted Will first, and I'm looking at the non-Goku family options. They're really not that impressive now that I'm looking at it. Good Entrusted Will characters that are not Goku family. Essentially, there's none. It's maybe the LR Vegeta and Goku exchange unit from Namek. That's it. The entire good Entrusted Will category is essentially Goku family characters. So it's like this really, I feel like is definitely a very good way to go about it. Now, in terms of any other characters who could have been useful here, I think like Int UI Goku actually is a character that could have put in work. Remember, Int UI Goku sucks until he transforms, but after he transforms, he does really become quite good, because he becomes, LR UI Goku, except he's stacking, right? So he could be very effective there. So, did I line it up incorrectly? Yeah, I did, because we would have wanted, again, Bardock in slot 7. We have Namek Goku in slot 7 here, which isn't ideal. I actually think, I think I do... Okay, one thing with, like, this team, an issue with this team I'm running right here, if you notice. So we have LR Gohan, Tech Gohan. Both these characters stack, right? Then you go to the other rotation, we have STR Namek Goku, he stacks as well, right? It's like we just have so many characters that are stacking. Sometimes it can become tough or difficult to stack all of these characters, right? Like, you know, even the best characters in the game, the best teams in the game, you could run in the kind of like overlapping passives like that sometimes, right? Like if you have Gamma 1 on the team and you have like 2, you know, Orange Piccolos on the team, like all these characters have to take hits, right? So like, you know, there are moments that'll pop up like that. I believe Namek Goku doesn't even really get attacks in until like the very end. Now we have LRUI Goku. I mean, you guys know what it is with him. UI Goku dodges a lot of super attacks in this run, but, you know, in these types of fights, you know, you kind of need that, right? UI Goku is able to help out a lot. Now remember, Bardock himself, as long as Bardock is also he needs to do 3 super attacks to build up. As long as Bardock is also getting his super attacks in, he does tend to work very effectively, DBZ Bardock. I think he's a strong character. He's not like putting up the insane numbers of some other, you know, strong TURs, but remember, Bardock is helping us control the fight by giving us a scouter for so many turns. Now, we had a Bardock on rotation 2, which means we have the scouter up until turn 6. I mean, funny enough, I do think that Cell and Gohan, starting with their second phase, they do really start to do a lot of damage, right? So, like, starting with right here, these bosses can do, I think, really a high amount of damage. So, you know, we do want to consider that this Cell could potentially hit us very hard. Now, things actually played out pretty good for this SDR Namek Goku. I've seen so much people talk shit about him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's people who don't like me. People think my videos suck. People think I'm bad at the game, blah, blah, blah. I mean, if people would just see some of these runs I've done with this STR Namek Goku, you could see that he can put in a lot of work. Certainly, if you're strategically using him correctly, he could be very good. So, we come into this fight, I knew this, right? That this Cell phase is physical. If we're able to get Super Saiyan Goku out by this phase, I mean, it's not guaranteed we're able to do this, but we're able to get it done. Goku gets hit by this Cell, and then technically he's guarding, right? Because he's an SCR unit being hit by a physical unit. So then his guard activates, and then remember that Namek Goku, like SCR Ultimate Gohan, is a character whose guard can go for multiple turns. So another character I could have brought here, we could have brought SCR Ultimate Gohan. Because of this physical Cell phase, SCR Ultimate Gohan also could have had his guard going up for several turns after this phase, which is very, very, very helpful, right? That's why keep that in mind for future characters if they have a chance to guard, but then once the guard activates, it lasts for several turns, can be very good against bosses that change typings or something like that, or, you know, have numerous different typings. So we get to Buff Cell. Buff Cell, I don't know, is the craziest. I mean, he could... I think most of these cells could do a lot of damage, but where things, you know, get, I guess, important for us to talk about is the final Cell. After we get through Buff Cell, Perfect Cell. His super attack effect, he stuns you for 9 turns. Essentially, he removes the character he super attacks from the fight. I think that that's a pretty interesting effect. I hope that 8th anniversary bosses, you know, maybe they could, you know, hit a little bit harder than Cell Max, sure. But I think adding effects like this is a nice way for Dokkan to sort of, like, gradually increase difficulty, right? I don't think they need to do another 7th anniversary jump, and I don't think they will, but, I mean, you know, I've been wrong a lot in the past, so we will see what's going to happen with that. But the best way to handle a boss like this, right, who will super us and will stun us for 9 turns, is we dodge. You know, if we tank Perfect Cell with LR Gohan's guard, or Vegeta and Trunks, or something like that, right? Like, they get stunned for 9 turns, they can't attack, they get taken out of the fight. But if we have UI Goku around, who could just dodge the attack, well, guess what? Cell's not going to be able to stun anyone for 9 turns. And sure enough, can you guys guess what happens here? Alright, dodge. We do get hit right there, sure. And then we attack. But Cell, I believe, supers UI Goku right here. And UI Goku does what UI Goku does. He dodges. He dodges. What is that, 4 supers dodged by UI Goku in the video or something like that? That boy just cooks. And then there we go. We dodge that Cell super, and we're looking pretty good. Now, as you guys can see, this Cell can lock, but, I mean, we were able to get our rotations, you know, basically how we wanted them, you know, leading up to the beginning of this fight. Now, remember, it seems like Cell does not lock very often, because I think he could do all 4 phases of Perfect Cell can lock. But we only saw on that one turn right there. But, you know, this guy is over 1,000,000 damage super attack boss. So if he locks the wrong character in slot 1, he can end your run instantaneously. So you do have to respect Cell, right? This guy can put in a lot of damage, as he does right there, 183 to Tech Ultimate Gohan. And then Gohan is stunned for 9 turns, right? He's removed from the fight, but we do finish Cell off right here. So let me know what you guys think of the collection of epic battles. I love it. I thought that these stages were actually pretty fun, and these missions and stuff like that. And the reward is really kick-ass as well. Really, really powerful support memory, which certainly can come in handy in a lot of content. So there we go. We got that done. We have all the missions done for the collection of epic battles. I'll do a video on the support memories as well, sort of going over how effective they can be. So let me know what you guys think of the collection of epic battles. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.